right to item 10, which is conduct of business. Item A, adopt a resolution authorizing rebates to property owners in San Bruno under the Energy Efficiency Retrofit and Renewable Energy Program. Mr. Shannon.
It's always nice to see Mr. Shannon.
Well, good evening, Mayor, members of the City Council. It's a pleasure to be before you tonight to discuss an exciting energy efficiency rebate program that we have for our residents here in San Bruno. Just to go back in time a little bit, about a couple years ago, the City Council was approving an application to receive some stimulus funding from the Department of Energy in an amount of $160,000. At that time, the city wanted to dedicate $80,000 to be used for specific benefit for San Bruno residents to increase the energy efficiency of their homes and the potential to install solar panels on the residences as well. Fast forward to today, we have the ability to partner with a program called Energy Upgrade California, which is a statewide effort that has administered within each county, that the city will, as proposed, have a matching rebate program. And so we have with us our county partners here in Douglas Alfaro and Paulo Gomez-Somer, who will sort of give an overview of the Energy Upgrade Program California, which is a sort of a rebate program that provides a sort of set amount for different types of energy efficiency upgrade packages. And then from there, I'll talk a little more specifically about how that program will be tailored and provide a benefit for San Bruno residents, and then we'll be happy to answer any questions that you have. So without further ado, Douglas.
Good evening, Mayor, Council members. Thank you for having us here tonight. My name is Douglas Alfaro. I'm the Program Coordinator for Energy Upgrade California in San Mateo County.
And my name is Paulo Gomez-Somer. I work for Ecology Action, a nonprofit partnering with the county around the Bay Area to promote the program.
And we're here tonight to give a brief overview of the program and also tap to the Council's knowledge as civic leaders in the community so that we can identify community groups, identify locations, venues where we can then spread the message of the program, educate the public, and highlight the resources that are now available to residents of San Bruno. So as Jim was mentioning, the Energy Upgrade Program is a statewide effort. It's a partnership between the California Energy Commission, California Public Utilities Commission, along with the utilities and local governments, all the way down to the city levels, who are our partners in helping reach the on-the-ground level in the neighborhoods, making sure people know about the program. The Energy Upgrade Program is a program that promotes energy upgrades to people's homes. So it helps people make energy improvements to their homes by providing rebates of up to $4,000 for energy improvements. Another great feature about the program is that there are participating contractors that meet all the proper certifications and trainings to do quality installation of these projects. It used to be that utilities offered individual items with small rebate amounts, like for a light bulb or insulation. Energy Upgrade thinks of or encourages homeowners to think of their home as a whole when they're making improvements, going further in their energy efficiency and being able to help them achieve those goals and also create a more comfortable energy-saving home. So I apologize, there's some formatting problems with the presentation, but a great resource that brings all of these together are Energy Upgrade California's website, www.energyupgradeca.org. And at this statewide website, next slide please, a homeowner would be able to enter their zip code or the name of their county, next slide, and they'd be taken to the county landing page where they can find local information, all rebates available to them in the state of California, as well as being able to find a contractor and contact them and learn more about what they can do in their home. There's a good virtual tour there, and that's where they'll be able to find some local information pertinent to where they live. Next slide. So some of the program goals are, first and foremost, to create comfortable homes. So when we have situations like surprise winters in the middle of summer, people can be warm in their house. Or in the summer when we're having these heat waves, be able to stay comfortable. We've all been in a home where there's one room that just doesn't really fit in. People don't want to be there because it's really cold, really hot. Also, lower utility bills, help people have more manageable utility bills from month to month. And then the overall goal is sustainability, lower people's carbon footprint because they're now using less energy. And these goals are tied to targets. As a Bay Area as a whole, have about a target of about 11,000 homes to go through this program from now to the end. And then also about 1,500 multifamily units for a later phase when the program will do multifamily. And there are also some economic goals for this program. By being able to have participating contractors, there's training programs available, putting underworked contractors back to work. Revitalizing local economies by having manufacturers and suppliers of these materials also benefit from the program's run. And then boost the home construction industry, which has been one of the hardest hit industries in California. And for that, the Bay Area has some targets collectively of having about 1,700 new jobs created and maintained through this program.
So to build a broad positive awareness of this program, we've been engaging in a number of strategic efforts throughout the county. That's talking to service groups, that's having a presence at farmers markets or high traffic events. We were at the county fair recently. We are looking for opportunities to help make sure that every resident, not only here in San Bruno, but all over the county of San Mateo is aware of this program and aware of the benefits. So I know we'll be working in coordination with Jim to help promote the program. I'm sure that some of your constituents might, benefit from the program, and so that's why Douglas and I wanted to be here to, go over the program, and we're happy to provide a little write-up if you have. I know a lot of council members happen to have newsletters that they send out to their constituents. We'd be happy to provide a very brief overview of the program. I think that's a good way to reach a critical mass of folks. And at the end of the day, Douglas and I are here as resources. Again, I work for a nonprofit. We're here to be a very objective perspective on this program. I feel that there's a lot of benefits to it. And again, please visit the website. And I think that's, next slide, I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, that's our contact information. There is a resource number as well that the county developed. Is that the bottom number there, Douglas?
That would be my personal phone
Oh,
number,
okay.
but I wouldn't be able to
Yeah,
take all
yeah.
questions.
We take personal calls also. I mean, we're happy. It's what we do.
Up to
Dedicated.
It's what we do, and thank you so much for your time. I know you guys are super busy, and we appreciate it.
Well, thank you very much. And we can see that maybe the city clerk would get a little notice in the Focus, the next Focus, and we could probably get something on cable TV too. Go
Sure.
to all of our 11,000 of our
That'd be
households.
wonderful. We do have some video content that are very short clips to get people interested in the program. They have the kind of aha factor of somebody who'd gone through it, had an energy assessment done to their home.
Be great.
We also are very interested, Jim is going to talk a little bit about what San Bruno's efforts are going to be. We're very interested in tailoring our message when we're in San Bruno to let people know what leadership the city has taken in taking this program and even offering larger resources for people to be able to incorporate some of these energy efficient measures into their home.
Great, thank you very much.
So-
Let's listen to the finished staff report first. Jim?
Right, so some of those additional resources I want to take some time to outline. So San Bruno's program is sort of going to complement what Energy Upgrade California does for most other residents. San Bruno is relatively unique in that as a local government agency, we're providing further incentive for our residents to make sure some of these improvements really happen. In a nutshell, the city, through its funding that it secured through the federal grant dollars, will be able to match the rebates under the Energy Upgrade Program. The actual funding specifically for San Mateo County comes from PG&E for those rebates. So the city will match those rebates on a one-for-one basis up to a certain dollar amount, pay for half of the cost of a home energy audit, which will determine which improvements are most appropriate for that particular home. We'll also fund the permit fees that would normally apply for your regular building permit that you may need to take out depending on, again, what improvement is made. And also provide for a standalone rebate of the installation of solar panels, something that Energy Upgrade does not offer but will be available to San Bruno residents. So there are two basic packages. We have the basic upgrade and we have the advanced upgrade package. For the basic upgrade, homeowner can receive up to $1,000 from Energy Upgrade and an additional $1,000 from the city of San Bruno to perform some of the cookie cutter basic improvements, such as adding insulation in your attic, duct sealing, weather stripping. That sort of basic package is what they call the basic upgrade. For a more customized plan, we have the advanced upgrade, where first a home energy audit is conducted on a resident's home, then recommendations for retrofits are made based on that home energy audit, and then basically the more energy you save, the greater your rebate is, up to $4,000 from energy upgrade, and then the city would then match up to $4,000 if a resident wanted to go so far as that. For solar panel installation, we do have this opportunity as well. For those residents that have completed the advanced upgrade or have done a home energy audit, and that audit has determined that the next most cost-effective step is the installation of solar panel or other renewable photovoltaics, then we could provide a rebate of up to $5,000 depending on the size of the system installed. And again, I want to mention that all of this funding is funded through that federal grant allotment. And I would just remind council, out of that $160,000 that we have, $80,000 is dedicated toward this program. We've got another $40,000 toward the climate action plan, another $20,000 for energy efficient streetlights, and another $20,000 for energy efficiency study for utility facilities. But the bulk of that money is to be directed toward this program. And we would distribute rebates on a first-come, first-served basis until either the funding is expired or the program runs out by December 31st, 2012. And I believe with that, more than happy to answer any folks' questions.
Any council questions for Mr. Shannon?
I'm going to let the public speak, and then I'll have questions.
Go ahead, Mr.
Robert Rico, 7th Avenue. Jim, you will put them in touch with Chamber of Commerce, because they talked about having a booth, just because they're constantly looking for these kind of booths.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Thank you. Ken?
Jim, and to the consultants, I'm all for improving homes, and as far as for energy efficiency and lowering utility bills and jobs and everything, and everyone's smiling on the slides. Question I have is, what is $4,000 rebate? How much do you have to spend to get that kind of rebate? I understand that some, the basic improvements as far as some insulation and some duct sealing and stuff. I mean, does the homeowner have to look at spending $10,000, $15,000 to get, a couple $1,000s back? Or, now that you got contractors involved, and I think the city is doing a big part in, waiving permit fees. That's great, and also matching the rebate. But the bottom line is, and this is the big bugaboo in doing energy efficiency, is how much is it going to cost me, to do this, and and lower my rates, and how long is that going to take before before it pays off?
Sure.
And is that part of the energy audit?
I'm sorry.
Is that part of the energy audit?
Okay. Yeah. So what we've seen is based on a variety of characteristics of the home, there will be a range on their cost. For basic package type improvements, you're looking at, as Jim said, the kind of low-hanging fruit, the elements that really should be in every home, which the range we've seen is anywhere between $3,000 to $8,000 for normal type work being done, with $1,000 going back. So it doesn't meet the full cost, but it is helping people who have this mindset that they want to do that. For the advanced type package, because it's a customized recommended set of improvements for the home, then it would vary much more widely, because you can have, let's say, if you have an HVAC system that's on its last legs, then the cost of that would be much higher than if your recommended improvements are things like wall insulation. But you can take it to things like new windows and other improvements like that. The cost of the energy assessment is currently not met. That is something the homeowner has to pay for. And that is something that is valuable for someone to understand where they're losing energy and where they could start remedying those problems, which is why a rebate program like the one Jim has proposed is very helpful in getting people to meet that cost. One of the things that we also mention to people is there's a lot of intangibles. So you get the immediate benefit of being more comfortable in your home by having, reduced fluctuations in temperatures in your home. And then there's also some remedies for indoor air quality. When you seal the home appropriately, you're not pulling in dirty air from the crawl space, which in many cases is up to 30% of the home that's the air that's circulated in the home. So there's a variety of factors and benefits, but we do, with this program, try to communicate that if it is indeed time for you to make some of these improvements to your home, you have outsized utility bills, you have some health issues perhaps, or just comfort issues year-round, there is now money available to help ease that pain, because the reality is making improvements to the home at any point is going to cost some significant sums of money, but there are now programs in place to help offset that.
Good. Thank you. Anyone else?
Through the
Michael?
chair. I have a couple of questions about the administration. In the report, it says that up to 10% of the allocated money would be used for administering the program. So I was wondering if you could give me some details on the who and the how that's going to be run.
Right. So up to $8,000 then would be used for administration, which encompasses. Of course, we would be partnering with the county on this, but for outreach items such as promotion to individual residents, say for specific mailers, either a postcard or utility bill inserts, any special production we want to do on cable, the actual staff time of handling and processing the applications, not expected to be a huge function, but it will be portioned. Those sort of just nuts and bolts of making sure that people get paid on time, making sure that we don't run out of money, keeping track of the budget, keeping those who apply, well informed of, where the application is. I don't expect us to use all that $8,000, but depending on, what level of outreach we want to do, how much print material we want to do, that would be more of the determinant than staff time, I think.
And so the application is something that would be developed by,
We would be
you would be developing the application.
City staff would be developing the application, correct. And actually what we didn't mention is once this program is launched, that rebate will actually appear on the website. So folks won't have to guess or call into City Hall to know that they have this available to them. They punch in San Bruno's zip code. San Bruno's rebate will be alongside the standard energy upgrade rebate as well.
And the amount of the rebate would be determined by the permit cost, even though the permit is, the cost of the permit is waived, but is that what would determine the size of the rebate?
What determines the size of the rebate, and correct me if I'm wrong, is the degree to which it saves energy in the home. And so the actual final dollar amount is typically decided by the rebating agency, which for us would be Pacific Gas and Electric. They provide that rebate to the homeowner. And to take the guesswork out of city staff to doing their own independent evaluation, they have to provide proof of that rebate back to the city, and then we make our match.
Got it. That makes it a little easier.
Yeah.
And regarding, since we are waiving the permit fees, are we recovering any of that cost from the funds?
Yes, yes. We say waive because it's a convenient term, but the actual permit will be charged to the grant program.
Okay. And is that coming out of the $80,000?
Correct.
It is. Is that included in the 10%?
No, that is part of the program budget,
Okay.
the actual benefit, I would say.
Okay. And last question is just regarding the inspections for these types of upgrades. Are the city inspectors fully ramped up on inspecting the solar panels specifically and any other type of energy saving improvements?
For most of the energy efficiency retrofits, they are pretty standard building improvements that our building inspectors inspect on a day-to-day basis. I can't speak specifically for the solar panel, but maybe I'll ask the development director to respond.
Both building inspectors have been to a lot of green building trainings. John Murphy, one of our building inspectors, is Greenpoint Raider inspector trained, so he's pretty well qualified, and Luca Miranda also could inspect measures such as these.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Good.
And
Anything else?
to add to that, it is true we've had actually a countywide poll go out on permitting, and most of the elements on the basic package and many on the advanced would be over-the-counter type situations for the permitting fee. But then also there is a quality assurance program built into Energy Upgrade California, whereby all the contractors that meet a certain standard, which is the Building Performance Institute certification, are then have their work checked, or a percentage of their work checked, to make sure that it meets all the installation guidelines and that the quality of the program remains intact.
Thank you. Questions, action?
If there's no other questions, I'll introduce this resolution for approval.
Vice Mayor Salazar.
Aye.
Councilmember Medina.
Aye.
Councilmember Ibarra.
Aye.
Councilmember O'Connell. Aye. Mayor Ruane.
Aye. Item 10B.
Chair?
Yes.
You didn't
Through
ask.
the chair?
Yes, Irene, go ahead.
Yes, I'm sorry. I forgot to ask Jim, when will the program start?
We actually have a pretty quick rollout. We want to roll out and advertise on July 18th.